What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to Doki Doki. No, welcome back to the. Whoops. Welcome back to the demo of Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2. Now, this is episode 4, and in the last episode, we went to the club. We ran into Ye and Cozy running away from Ye. We read about, we just learned about the short story that they were reading. It was the same story. And yeah, that's really it. I eventually finished, then put the book down. Seeing this, Yuri looks over to me curiously. Looks over at me curiously. Curiously staring. So, what did you think of it? It was definitely entertaining to me. You'd have to give me more time to process what I just read. Plus, I'm sure, since this was originally written in English, things get lost in translation. Wink, wink. Ooh, indeed they do. She holds up her copy of the short story collection, and I notice that it's in English. Without thinking, I read the title out. God damn it. Ryan, no! What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. What did we just do? Did you see her face? Oh, fuck. Yuri's expression is suddenly very intense, but only for a moment. Her gentle smile returns with a hint of excitement. Do you speak English, Mr. Chizu? She says that in flawless sounding English. Her tone is almost hopeful. Fuck. How do I cover this up? Looking at the title of the Japanese book I have, I see to my dismay, the title isn't quite the same. I stumble over my words trying to make it sound as if I'm speaking broken English. I speak English very little. Now I'm wishing I paid attention to those funny improv shows back home. I switch back to Japanese. I'm not the best student at it. And yet you recognize the title instantly. Damn it. Yeah, you kind of fucked up there. I guess I kind of fucked up there. Yeah, well, God, if you're out there, I could really use a distraction. Of course my luck isn't that good. Yuri goes on. Our English program here isn't the most ideal one. I've actually heard that Tetsuo High has a stellar English program. I almost applied there. Really? It's not much of a distraction, but if I play my cards right, maybe I can get her to talk a bit about herself. What's Tetsuo High? The only other high school in our city. It's a college prep school. Ah, thanks. I would have gone, but the cost to attend is almost twice that of Sakura Academy. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Not that Sakura... Not that Sakura Academy's education is bad in any sense, of course. I just wish that their English language program was better. That's fair, yeah. I look down at the book still in my hand, remembering that it's still there. Oh, pardon me, I should probably return this to Muramoto-san. Of course. And by the way, thank you for letting me check this club out at least. Ah, of course. I do hope you join. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna have to think about it and perhaps visit again this week. I'm sure Monica would be delighted. Yuri's smile seems pretty genuine enough, but I'm still a bit on edge as to how she reacted to my careless mistake. I stand and walk over to where Natsuki is sitting with a thick book open. As I walk up, I grow confused since she has a sheet of paper and pencil out as she reads. Her eyebrows are flared up in frustration. I slow down so as to not startle her with my approach. I gently clear my throat. Pardon me, Muramoto-san? Startled, she looks up at me. Huh? Oh, it's you. Need something? I keep a grin to myself. She almost said that one line like one of the Skyrim NPCs. Oh, wait, did I do it? I didn't do it right then. Oh, it's you. Need something? I don't know if that was accurate. Let's move on. I was just returning this. I hold out the book. Natsuki looks at it, then at me. You read the story already. Damn, you're pretty fast. She takes it from me and puts it in her school bag. Thanks for letting me borrow it for today. Oh, sure. She nods at me in an almost distracted way as she focuses more on what's in front of her. I start to leave, then fake a double take. Not hard to fake. Actually, it seems like Natsuki is actually doing homework. The workbook she has open is the standard math book for the school. Natsuki's eyebrows are flared as she focuses on one problem in particular. I'm not the best at math, to be honest. Anytime during the past week I've had math classes, I've always asked Miji for help. He's not exactly the best either, but he's better than I am currently. That problem she's stuck on incorporates stuff we learned last year. Easy stuff too. At least easy now. Huh. That makes sense. Natsuki looks up at me just now noticing I'm looking over her shoulder. Do you mind? I'm trying to work here. Sorry. It just looks like you're approaching that problem wrong. Who asked you? I raise my hands defensively and back away without another word. I go back to my other seat and sit down. Yuri is too engrossed in her own book to notice my return. Not wanting to disturb her, I quietly rummage through Miji's backpack, looking for anything literature related. I don't have any homework that I can do currently, since I have a habit of doing it during class when there's a lecture going on. I'm not mentioning Natsuki's cold friggin' response there, because I have a feeling Natsuki's going to be like, actually, most of the teachers in this school can take too long to teach the main topics, something I'm very much used to in college. Not finding anything, I decide to quietly stand and look in the closet for anything. I quietly walk past the concentrating Natsuki and take a quick glance at the bookshelves. Aside from Natsuki's manga, most of the books appear to be mostly school-related. Workbooks, study guides, and more fill the shelves. The boxes on the floor are more of the same. I sigh quietly and head back to the desk. As I'm passing Natsuki, I take a very quick glance at her. I think that's what I said. She's still apparently stuck on the same problem she was working on when I gave her the book back. As I begin to turn away, she throws down her pencil in frustration. Damn it! Why is this so hard? She murmurs this to herself. Oh. I pause and look back at her. If you're having issues, skip it and come back to it later. She glares up at me. No one asked you. Unlike before, though, Natsuki sounds more defeated and less antagonistic. Would you like some help? We just covered this type of problem in class. At least the new stuff. She looks away, a stubborn frown plastered on her face. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Yuri lower her book and glance over at the two of us. Why? Huh? Natsuki looks up at me sharply. Why do you want to help me? What the fuck is with Natsuki in this one? I'm actually worried. The look in her eyes is a mixture of confusion, stubbornness, and suspicion. Because it looked like you were struggling, but if you don't want any help, I go quiet as Natsuki looks back down at her book, looking over everything. Her fist clenched in frustration, and then she looks back up at me. I would appreciate the help. Is everything alright over here? A slightly nervous Yuri walks over. What's the problem? Math problem. Oh, I can help you. Natsuki's face goes red in embarrassment as Yuri looks down at the workbook. Do you want help? I can see a bit of her stubbornness returning, but before she can say anything, I chime in. There's never any shame in asking for help. Ugh. Fine. Let's actually go back to the other desk. I'll move a third one so I can sit. Natsuki begrudgingly grabs her belongings and walks back over to the desk. I grab a third desk and move it over so Yuri is on my left and Natsuki is on my right. Yuri reaches into her own bag and brings out her copy of the math book. I do the same and bring out my answer sheet. Thank you. Natsuki says this quietly and in a subdued and embarrassed tone. Not a problem. I wouldn't be a good vice president if I allowed club time to cut into your studies. Natsuki sits slowly and opens her books. Okay, Miji, time to wake up. I'm awake, I promise. I know, just checking. So, what are you stuck on exactly? For the rest of the club time, Yuri and I, well, more Miji than me, help explain to Natsuki the basic principles of the problem she was having issues understanding, which, as it turns out, is nearly all of them. I grow increasingly concerned as I know that Natsuki is smarter than she thinks herself to be. If anything, her poems are evidence of her intelligence. I'm actually equally as surprised by Yuri's manner of teaching. The way she explains the concepts we're reviewing aren't just helpful to Natsuki, but they help me remember my older math lessons more clearly. I breathe inner sighs of relief whenever I see Natsuki's eyes light up in further understanding as the concepts click for her. I make a small note to bring more food in for her, reminding myself to come up with realistic excuses so she doesn't think I'm stalking her. Eventually, Yuri pulls out a small battered pocket watch. Looking at it, I'm gonna just guess being surprised by the time. Oh my, it's getting late. We really should end the club meeting. She turns to me with a small smile. Chisa-san, thank you for stopping by to observe our club. I promise it isn't always like this. She lowers her voice for the last sentence, looking over at Natsuki with a concerned look. No problem. Will you come again? I know you said you were just observing, but still. She trails off. I don't know, that could be a red flag. She's never been like that. I might be looking too far into it. I might come by again. Who knows? Alright. I'll let Monica know of your interest in our club. Thank you. I then raised my voice and addressed the two girls. It was a pleasure to meet both of you. If I do join, I look forward to getting to know the two of you better. Well, even if you're a boy, I guess I could tolerate you in the club. That's different. Natsuki. Fair enough. Do you need help cleaning up? Huh? Yuri looks around the room, aside from the rearranged desks and some crumbs around them, and the tea set at the classroom seems to be pretty clean. I don't mind helping. I walk over to the closet and grab the broom and dustpan. Natsuki and Yuri look at each other briefly. Please, let me do that. It's my duty, after all. She walks over to me, looking at the broom and dustpan nervously, then back at me. Yeah, just give up there, Chizu. She gets stubborn like this sometimes. Natsuki! Yuri's face goes red in embarrassment, and Natsuki bursts out laughing. I put the broom and dustpan down on a nearby desk and raise my hands in surrender. Far be it from me to step on the duties of the vice president, but are you sure? I am, but I'm grateful for the offer. I can certainly handle a small task such as this. Well, if you're sure, thank you for having me, and I'm sorry I came by unannounced. It's quite all right. Thank you for stopping by, and see you later, hopefully. Natsuki's already heading towards the door. She turns and gives a polite nod towards Yuri. Yuri smiles softly at the blonde sun before focusing on the task of cleaning. I walk out mere moments after Natsuki. Natsuki and I walk down the now empty corridors toward the stairs. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see her looking back at me in a poor attempt at being sneaky. Michi then speaks up again. Hey Ryan. What's up? Was it such a good idea to leave Yuri alone in a room like that? What with her problem? I know what you're getting at, but I also don't want to come off as stalkerish right off the bat. We can't be too careful here. Now that you mention it, that does sound pretty reasonable, but I'd at least like you to check the script when we get home. That's fair. We'll check when we get home. Thanks. You're welcome. I stay a good distance behind Natsuki, looking out the windows at the rainy landscape below and sighing heavily. The two of us head down to the lockers. As I approach my locker, I see Natsuki dragging a small stool over towards it. She notices me approaching and stops. Oh, am I in your way? Yeah, but take your time. I don't have anywhere to be. Looking a bit relieved, but still suspicious, she gets on the stool and begins unlocking a locker at the very top. Oh, come on. As it turns out, hers is about 3 locker spaces above Michi's. This doesn't really register for me, as I'm too busy in my own thoughts. However, Michi notices and takes action before I do. Ryan, think it's alright if we offer to switch with her? I look between our 2 lockers and curse myself for a fool for not thinking of it before him. I don't see why not. We can reach that locker better. Muramoto-san, do you want to switch lockers with me? Huh? Why? So you can reach it without that stool? Mine's right here. I indicate the locker in question. Once more, she looks at me with suspicion. Yeah, you guys are like doing a lot of things for her. And it could make her very suspicious. Are you sure you don't want something out of me? See what I mean? God damn it, Natsuki. What is happening? I'm left with so many questions. Now I'm even more worried about her. What else could this version of Natsuki have possibly gone through to make her this distrustful? Nothing, I promise. I hold up my hands in an innocent gesture. It was just an offer. She stares at me. I can handle myself, thank you. Okay? The offer's always open if you change your mind. Uh-huh. She takes her school slippers off and slips on some older looking shoes. She then closes and locks her locker, moves the stool back after grabbing a small umbrella, walks into the rain. Damn. That was a bit harsh of her. I was just trying to help. Maybe I said something wrong here. We don't know all the specifics of this world yet. There are obviously some pretty big differences, but we don't know what or who has been affected. I don't see how you could have said anything wrong. I would have said something similar anyway. Well, thank you. I take off the school slippers and grab Michi's shoes and slip them on. And I'm also just like so worried. It's not worried. It's just like there's so many questions. Like, what the fuck? And I'm playing so many scenarios in my head, and I really don't want them. I'll say like the ones I will say. There are some I can't say. It could be the dad thing that Michi said. I take off the school slippers, grab Michi's shoes, grab Michi's shoes, and slip them on. Then, after everything is put away, I grab the school bag and umbrella and walk out into the rain. Alright. Just soon as we're more or less walking alone, I pull out Michi's phone and make a call. Hello? I can feel Michi's inner smile at hearing the Bunshine's voice. I smile a bit in response. That is adorable. Hey there, Sayori. The club just ended, so we're heading home now. God, I almost choked on spit. Oh, that's good. How is school for you two? Is Monica there? I want to tell her too. Just tell her when you get there. Or are you scared of crossing the threshold? Yeah, hang on. I hear some footsteps on the other line and a sleepy-sounding Monica talking to Sayori. The conversation is brief, and I only hear bits and pieces of it. Okay, you're on speakerphone now. My smile immediately grows wider. Hey there, how have things been over there? Pretty good. I've been making sure Monica gets plenty of rest. I wanted to try making something for her, but, well, you know how that played out last time, Michi. My smile and Michi's grow wider, and I chuckle. No matter what, it seems Sayori is more resilient than her initial personality type leads one to believe. Plus, I can't leave, so okay, yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. I was like, well, I nod in understanding, briefly forgetting that they can't see me. Well, thanks for being there for her. That they can't see me, I guess, like in person. But wait, but you can't. Monica, are you feeling any better? Better than before. Sayori's right. She's been pretty insistent on making me sleep, and it's helped. But what about you? I haven't had the chance yet to look over the script for the day. That's partly why I called. Aw, you boys didn't just call to check up on two sexy ladies home all alone and lonely? I can't help it now. I burst out laughing. Miji does too. I received some confused stares from people on the street, but for that brief moment, I don't care. My laughter is mostly that of relief. If Monica can be this flirty, she's definitely feeling better. And if Sayori can make some self-deprecating jokes, she's probably feeling a bit better too. My dear, you wound me. Of course Miji and I would call to check on you two. I'm just teasing, Ryan. As am I. I take a moment to stop laughing, then clear my throat. Ryan, are you okay though? I'm mostly just drained, physically and mentally. What happened at school today? Well, let's just say the mood at school is a lot more tense than I remember from last week, or whatever we want to call it. If you don't mind, I'd actually like to tell you when we get home. Of course. We'll be in the space classroom waiting. Wait, Monica, shouldn't we just look at the script? Yeah, maybe. Monica sounds a bit hesitant. Go ahead and take a look. Maybe there's something there that I missed, or maybe I'll have some information that it missed. Highly doubtful, though, seeing as the script seems to be all-knowing. We'll see you when you two get home. Have a safe trip back. Just be careful. The weather forecast is saying the rain is going to get worse as this week goes on. We will. See you later. Bye. Bye. I hear the sound of the phone closing on the other end. I close Miji's and put it back in his pocket. Just then I turn down onto Miji's street. The streetlights are still on as I silently walk back towards the house. Miji is silent, almost pensive. The closer to his house I get, the more nervous I get. And not because I am about to see Monica again. No. Oh god. This feels more like I'm about to walk into the proverbial lion's den. Not because of the girls, but because of the dangers we will be facing during the week. I had pushed those feelings down before school, but now they're resurfacing with a vengeance. I stand in front of Miji's house, looking at the typical two-story Japanese domicile. Domicile. Guess my time in the club has made me think, in, shall we say, fancier terms. At least in English. I grip Miji's bag and umbrella tightly, my knees somewhat shaking. Ryan? What's wrong? Why are you nervous? I don't know. Eager to see Monica again that badly, huh? Despite myself, I smirk. I could say the same of you, lover boy. It's his turn to get nervous. But that's not it, really. Oh, then what's wrong? I remain standing there, fear coming back up within me. It's like it's about to burst through my mouth. My breathing speeds up. I don't know. I'm scared. Oh, man, that was not good voice acting for me. I gulp and lean against the closed fence gate, feeling a bit weak. I am too, man, but it's better to be scared inside where we won't be moments from collapsing. I smile slightly. Point taken. I trudge inside. I slowly walk in, removing my shoes and letting the bag and umbrella fall to the floor. Oh yeah, I'm like actually like and like not concerned. It's just like we just got hit with so much fear. It's weird. I put on some slippers and head into the living room. The moment I see the couch, I walk over and my knees finally give out. I collapse onto it, face first into a pillow. All the tension I wasn't aware of feeling all day returns to me in one fell swoop. I can feel my body trembling. From somewhere I hear movement and someone walks in. Ryan, Miji, is that... Ryan? I feel a comforting presence rush to my side. I peer up and see a very scared and concerning looking Monica looking down at me. Hey, Moni. Without hesitation, the emerald-eyed young woman begins hoisting me to my feet. Come on, let's head to the space classroom. I nod, not really in the mood to argue with her. She moves me towards the basement door, which has been replaced with a Sakura Academy sign classroom door. Sayori! From inside, I hear the pitter-patter of footsteps rushing towards the door. Monica, what's... Miji? Ryan? Just be prepared to catch Miji when he passes through. Alright. Monica looks at me. You able to walk? I nod slowly and steady myself against the doorframe. 1, 2, 3. I push myself through. Yep, there's the glitch we all know and love. Or is this gonna be the end of the demo? Nope. I find myself in Monica's slender but strong arms. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Sayori holding Miji as he recovers from my mind's effort on his body. Monica looks down at me with a worried look. My own body begins reacting to my mind's own worries. I begin feeling weak in the knees again. Monica leads me towards the couch and sits down, then pats her lap. Lie down here. Her tone indicates that it's a request, not an order. I don't have much strength left to argue, so I comply, lying my head for the first time in Monica's lap. I close my eyes and feel Monica's hands stroking my hair. Her tender touch makes me feel simultaneously nervous and relaxed. I hear 2 pairs of footsteps approaching. Ryan, are you okay? Sayori sounds nervous. Shh, let him rest for a bit. Probably a good idea for both of us. I hear them both take a seat on the other part of the sectional couch. Molly continues stroking my hair. We remain like this for a while. Eventually, I slowly open my eyes. Monica is looking down at me with the most affectionate smile I've ever seen on her face. Oh, she must be so happy right now. I smile back and reach up to take her hand. Thank you. Of course. Looks like you needed it. Both of you. She nods her head toward the other 2. I see to my amusement that Sayori copied Monica's idea and is now comforting Miji, whose eyes are closed. He's fast asleep. I slowly sit up and look over at Monica. I feel better now, and I think it's time I explain what happened today. It might be important. I'm going to end this episode here, but we will be back tomorrow to continue this mod. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't want these episodes too long. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2. What happened in this episode? We kind of just finished up at the club, helped Natsuki out with her homework, offered her up our locker, but she, denied the request, which, might have seemed a little harsh at the time, but And then we started walking home, had that phone call, and I guess just started getting really nervous out of nowhere. Laid our head in Monica's lap, but yeah. And that's kind of where we left off, so that'll do it for this episode, Doki Doki. No, that'll do it for this episode of the demo of Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2. Feel free to let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below as well. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. It is completely up to you to choose what you want to do. I am fucking my outro up, but I'm going to continue going with it. Also, feel free to check out my merch store down in the description below. The link is in the description below. You don't have to buy anything, but I would appreciate it if you would at least check it out. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night, great afternoon, great evening, whatever time it is for you. The link to this mod, as always, is down in the description below, as well as my playlist of the demo of Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2, so you can catch up on the other videos you might have missed. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!